Hello, welcome back to Big Fellas. How you doing, Mark?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Week is going well. But before we get going, mate, have you played football this week?
Yes, played football up at Man v Fat this week for my new team, Paris Saint-Buffet. We won 5-1 on the pitch. Waiting for the aggregate scores to come in at the moment. But, yeah, good result and settling in well on my new team.
Good stuff, mate, good stuff. And you've had a warm welcome over at Cambridge Man v Fat.
Yes, yeah, good set of lads and, new coach, doing things a little bit differently to sort of what I'm used to. But, yeah, we like it. And, like I said, I'm playing out on pitch. But, yeah, as we always do on the Big Fellas podcast, we do have a little sign-up code that we like to talk about, don't we, Darren?
We do, mate, yeah. So if you want to join people like Mark in the leagues of Man v Fat, where it's more about weight loss than football, but you get to play football as well, so that's all good. Then use the promo code BIGFELLAS and you'll save yourself £9 on sign-up and just have to pay £1, which is not much at all.
Not much at all.
Yeah.
And speaking of Man v Fat, we have a Man v Fat loser story to share today. Now, there's a little bit to this story as well. So this was the first time since doing a podcast someone has recognised me out in the wild. Can you believe that, eh?
Yeah. What did you do, Dan? Welcome, Dan.
Sorry, Dan. Hello. Yeah. Let's jump in, mate. How are you? All right?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Please tell me you didn't ask him for like an autograph or something crazy like that.
No, I was just walking through Bresingham Garden Centre and I thought, I recognise that fella from somewhere. And Mrs. returning a coat and I turned around and went and see and said, "Are you Mark from the podcast?" And that was it. And then we just had a little chat and then, yeah, here I am.
Yeah, good stuff.
I said, never expected that in a million years. So it did make me laugh.
Good stuff. It's always nice to be recognised. But more importantly, Dan, you know, you had a bit of a weight loss journey yourself.
Yeah, I have, yeah. Yeah, down 60 kilos at the moment, but I've hit 66 just before, back in June. That sort of crept up a bit over school holidays, but I'm back on it now, so hopefully get back down again.
66 kilos.
That's over 10 stone.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
I was, when I started, I was around the 26 stone mark, so yeah, I'm now down to, I got down to about 15 stone. I'm now hovering around 16 stone. So, yeah.
That's unbelievable.
How tall are you, mate? How tall are you?
A smidge over 6 foot.
Okay. So 15 stone for 6 foot is pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still not in the healthy BMI, but I'm no longer obese, so I'm quite happy with that.
Well done, mate.
That's brilliant. So I guess let's go straight in then, Dan. How did you do it?
Well, I've been with Man v Fat for a good while now, sort of since before COVID. I played in the Ipswich League to start with because there's no space at Norwich. Played on the yellow team at Ipswich, so obviously I wore my Norwich shirt when I was playing there. Kicked a fair bit, but it's all part and parcel of it, and it's all a laugh. So then I joined the Norwich League, and then COVID hit. My first daughter was born, and it sort of all fell off the wayside a little bit, like it did for quite a lot of people. And then the start of 2024 was I work offshore, so I was walking from the terminal building to get onto a helicopter, which is about 50 meters. Yeah, sweat was pouring out of me, out of breath, trying to get the seatbelts on and stuff, and that's like, this is no good. I can't carry on like this anymore. So that was on the 28th of December. So I said to myself, I'll enjoy my last few big meals offshore. And then 1st of January, started Couch to 5K, and yeah, not really looked back since. Just like tracking calories and keeping my step count up, really. That's how I've done it.
That's awesome. So just straight old-fashioned diet and exercise has been the key to your success.
Yeah, and I've not even really, my diet isn't particularly great. I don't enjoy salads. I don't enjoy vegetables. If I've had McDonald's, I've made sure I've exercised enough to warrant the McDonald's, if you know what I mean. And yeah, that's how I've done it.
That's great, mate. That's great. So, and you've done that with Man v Fat as well?
Yeah, I've done that. I joined up Man v Fat on the 1st of January back in 2024. So yeah, sort of all this I've done over the course of sort of over a year and a half. So yeah.
That's
brilliant.
amazing.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
We've just had our year anniversary episode actually, and something popped up, Mark. it was Judith's episode where it says, if you were going to start dieting now, what would be the first thing you do? And she said track it all.
Yeah,
and
I agree with that.
Yeah, you agree with that. So tracking's been really helpful for you then, Dan?
Yeah, it's more... some of the things you eat, you don't realise how many calories you're putting in. And it's that side of things. And then you think, oh, blimey, that meal's going to set me back 1,500 calories, and I'm only supposed to be having 2.5. And you're like, well, I'm not really going to have a lot of space to do anything else during the week or during the day. So, yeah, it's sort of more opened your eyes to make you think about what you're actually eating. And yeah, like a chocolate bar being 250 calories, you think, yeah.
It just keeps you that bit more accountable, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's there right in front of you. And like I said, if you're not tracking, it's like ignorance is bliss, I guess, isn't it? It's like it doesn't count because I'm not counting, if that makes sense, which is ridiculous, but there is a real element to that.
Yeah. And I'm very much a person that I've always said, if there's 4 Mars bars in a cupboard, I wouldn't be satisfied until there's no Mars bars in the cupboard. But if them Mars bars weren't there in the first place, I wouldn't be bothered.
You know what? That's so true.
I know they're there, and there's You quite often find yourself standing in front of the fridge thinking, "No, what can I eat?" Even if you're not hungry, you just know there's something in there.
Yeah, you don't miss if it's not there, but you know it's there, and then it just eats away at you, doesn't it? Until you eat it.
yeah, and trying to get around that. Well, I've got that out of my head now. I've got that out of my system, and it's a lot better. I'm still a bit weak towards chocolate hobnobs though. So I always tell the missus off if she's ever got them in the house that, why have you brought them here?
I do love a chocolate hobnob.
Yeah.
But they're like 100 calories a biscuit, aren't they? Or 90 odd something. It's mental.
And the thing is, mate, it's hard to eat just a couple of them. That's tough. Like, they go well, especially when you're dunking them in a tea or a coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the wrong podcast for chatting this. So, Dan, how many calories have you been sort of aiming for a day then? 2.5?
Well, I've put it all through. I was originally using Fitbit, but I've moved on to Garmin now, and that sort of sets you up. It sort of tells you after your height, and obviously you track your weight through the apps as well, and it gives you like a rough goal to aim for. So my goal had been about, because I was a larger guy, it was saying I could have upwards of 3,000 calories. So I was trying to hit the 2,500, but now I've lost the weight. I'm still trying to lose a bit of weight. I still want to get down to my BMI boss level, just to say that I've done it more than anything. So I'm aiming around 2,000 at the moment. But
nice. Yeah.
Which isn't a lot when you're used to eating 3,000, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And how much weight have you got to lose to get to your BMI?
As we sit here now, it's another 2.5 stone. So, quite a lot. Yeah.
Let's not detract away from what you have done, though, Dan, because...
I know.
9.5, 10 stone is fucking incredible, mates.
So, mate, apologies for my ignorance. Like, the only tracking I've ever done has only been on things like MyFitnessPal. So
that's what I use,
Yeah. So you say, so you use that through your watch, your Fitbit or your Garmin?
Through the app on the phone, but like the Garmin tracks your calories, what you're obviously burning, and then you put what you're eating in on the MyFitnessPal through Garmin, then it gives you like, you got 400 left for the day, or however it works like that.
Oh, nice. So it's like that nice balance where it works out how much you've burnt plus what you've put in, and it sort of
and then gives you how much you've got left. So I can treat myself to a hot chocolate on the night time, or maybe have a beer or two. Do you know what I mean? It's
quite clever, isn't it?
Yeah, I like the sound of that, in fairness.
So with your 2,000 calories a day, then what sort of exercise are you doing? You said that you were doing couch to 5K.
Yeah, I started off doing couch to 5K because obviously I was a bigger chap. And in the past, I've tried to, when I was a lot younger, I could do more, but I was trying to go back to that level, and that much pressure on your knees when you're 26 stone, it just crippled me. So that's what I said. This time I'll just try and do it slow and steady. So I did the couch to 5K. And I'm now, last night I ran for an hour and a half and did about 16 kilometers.
Wow.
This evening I've been in the gym for 40 minutes and did 6K. So I'm sort of, I'm at that sort of level now where I'm almost struggling to burn calories because I've got like to a half decent fitness level, and it's not as
fair
easy.
play.
But when I was on the bigger side, I was doing a lot of walking, and that was enough to sort of burn what I needed at the time.
Yeah.
It's just that movement, isn't it? It's that movement ultimately which, burns the calories.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So mate, how does that work then? You said you were offshore. What's that like? Because I don't know, in my head it's like canteens. Obviously you've not got the ability to nip down to Tesco's and grab some bits, have you?
No, it's we live on a main platform, and then we've got 4 little satellite platforms dotted around the place, and the biggest one's probably no bigger than 40 by 40 meters, so it's quite a small place. So but each day when they fly out, we have a packed lunch. So previously I was having like 2 baguettes, 2 chocolate bars, 2 packets of crisps, and then whatever else I could find, biscuits or whatever, in that pack up. But nowadays everyone laughs at me being from Norfolk. Obviously we've got the moniker of being a carrot cruncher. I have 5 carrots in my bag, and I use that almost as like how a smoker would use like the Nicorette sort of inhalers, so I'm eating something, but it's not. Yeah, so I'm not eating for boredom. And then quite often, people do take the mick out of me because I'm walking around the platform, round and round and round, and you see me going past the window quite a lot of times during lunch breaks and stuff, because I'm not sat there with people eating chocolate bars, etc.
So you're there crunching on a carrot, literally.
And I'm sat there eating crunching a carrot. Yeah.
You can take the boy out of Norfolk, you can't take the Norfolk out of the boy.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly that.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Love that. No, that's brilliant.
Yeah. But up at night time we've got it's just a big canteen with chefs on board. They put out 3 different options, and you can have all 3 on a plate if you want, go back for seconds, and
Okay, and I guess as a big lad that's quite easy to do, I guess, isn't it?
Exactly. And there's a cooked breakfast in the morning, so that's like a full English buffet, so you can help yourself to that as well. And at lunchtimes they have cooked meals, so it's quite easy to get carried away when you're working out here. The food anyway.
Yeah, I get that. Let's just go back sort of like to youth then. What were you like as a child, Dan? Were you a big lad then, or was it something that just happened in adult life?
I've always been on the chunkier side, but I've always been fairly sporty. I used to play football from like under 7s up to about under 12s, and then I started playing rugby for a little while, and then stopped that. And then I started playing football again when I was about 18, and I was playing Saturdays and Sundays, and I was probably about 17 stone then, and I used to think I was big then. So I look back at my pictures of myself from that sort of era, thinking, I wish I was. Well, when I was big, I look back and say, I wish I was that fat now. Do you know what I mean? And
I've had that, and there's been times in my life where I thought I was fat, and then fast forward 5 years, and I'm even fatter, and I wish I was that fat.
Yeah, exactly that. And I used to play a lot of squash, but I've always been on the bigger side. I've never been a small bloke. I always put it down to big bones. You know what I mean? And then then I was obviously working offshore. Then I met my partner, and then all the playing the football went out the window, because spending more time on the weekends not playing football but spending time with her, and then life gets in the way, and then before you know it you're 26 stone, and not very happy.
Yeah, we can all relate though, I think, can't we? We've all kind of been in that situation, and but I guess that's great that being able to sort of have sport to rely on as probably that's what got you moving again and got you back on track.
Yeah, and I've always, like I say, I love my football. I've always played in, like, even if it's just 5-a-side once a week. There's always been an element of football there somewhere.
Yeah, you've been inspired by some great players over the years, though, haven't you?
Exactly that. Yeah,
a fellow Norwich fan. I kind of sprung this on Darren. Darren didn't know that you were a fellow Norwich fan, so
yeah. Let's not get into that, mate. There's a lot of people that won't.
Outnumbered today then.
Do you go and watch the football, mate? Have you ever sort of go? It's probably quite easy to get Norwich tickets, isn't it?
Not as easy as you think.
No,
you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you go much?
I've not been as much as I'd like to. I've taken my 5-year-old daughter to 2 or 3 games now. Took her to, I can't remember who was playing, but we beat them like 5-1 last season, and yeah, she enjoyed that. I think last season she had an aggregate about 8 all the games we went to.
Oh wow!
So she got quite a few goals in, and yeah, so she was loving it. I've been a season ticket holder in the past. Been all around the country with them. So yeah, but then working away, even though I work less weeks and I'm at home, I was seeming to miss more games than I was going to make, which doesn't make any sense. But yeah, so I had to give my season ticket up.
Yeah, life happens, doesn't it? I had a season ticket for 6 years, and again, when kids come along and that and other commitments, you have to just bite the bullet and everything. But yeah, hopefully as I get a bit older, I'll go back to it again and get my season ticket. I mean, I still watch the games now. I said games on TV and that you can watch them, but yeah, it's a way of life. Darren wouldn't know because he supports his team from his armchair. Bless him.
No,
I haven't. I've been to Anfield many a times.
Have
you? Yeah, but not. Like similar. I suppose a bit more of travelling for me, but having kids just throws it out the window. And realistically now, I'll go and watch local football. So we're going to watch England play soon. Take kids to that, but I think 5 is that age as well, where it's quite like taking kids to football at that age is still quite hard work.
Yeah.
I think when they get to 8, 9, they get into it. Yeah. It used to really frustrate me when I'd take my sons and then they'd be like, half time, like, Dad, can I watch the phone for the second half? You're like, what? But yeah. And that's kind of true of parenthood. I think the same happens with, obviously bringing it back into weight loss. It was so much easier to keep fitter. So, I certainly always struggled with weight before kids, but God, it become a lot more stressful after kids, like, because finding the time just to go to the gym 3-4 times a week seems a lot harder. It's crazy, especially when they're young as well. That was really tough because you're sleep deprived and things as well. But
I still struggle with that now because, say, Betsy's 5 and we got Mark met her the other day, 9-month-old as well. So I kind of do all my gym work and bulk of my work when I'm at work, like when I'm offshore, and then when I'm at home, I'll get out for a run and play Man v Fat football, and I also play on Monday night as well down at Norwich. But so I just get out when I can. Yeah, like you say, life does get not in the way, but it takes precedence, doesn't it?
It happens, doesn't it? Yeah, and that's the reality of it, isn't it? And we should point it out as well, Dan, you're wearing your Man v Fat Losers match shirt. Yes. Tell us a bit about that. How did you get picked and what was it like?
Yeah, it was good. It was kind of my main goal when I first started back. I had it on my phone as well. I had an alarm set at 5:30 every day, and it just played the Champions League song, and it said Amazing Losers match. So that was like my thing, just to remind me that's why I'm going to go to the gym of the evening, sort of thing. Just sort of kept track of, like, looking on the Man v Fat community page on Facebook, and you could sort of see these people posting up the 25% losses and where I was sat at 30. I was like, I must be like in that band somewhere. Then got the email saying you've been selected, can you play? And then bizarrely I got added to play on the North team rather than the South team. But I had Steve Coppell as my manager, played at Leyton Orient, and like say, I was at that point 56 kilos, and I thought, I've done well here. Like, there can't be that many people done much better. And then there's 4 or 5 chaps who I couldn't tell you how they've done it, losing 80 odd and like 70s, and you're like, fair enough. Like, it's what it is.
No, that is incredible, isn't it? And so what was it like playing in the losers game? Like, what was Steve Coppell like as a manager?
Steve was good. He the advice he gave us was just keep it simple. If there's a space, run into the space and then look for the pass. Don't make the pass, and it was just going back to the basics really. And considered, like, we've been put into a WhatsApp group together, and we've kind of chatting like through the WhatsApp group, but it's not until you then on the day you meet each other face to face, and there's obviously that sort of awkwardness of not knowing who's like the more vocal people on the WhatsApp group they're not necessarily that vocal in real life, so you're then trying to figure out who's who in that sort of situation. Yeah, just the whole day. Sort of, I had my family there. Betsy had a big old sign that said "Go Daddy" on it, and
nice.
I even requested for her to have a shirt the same as mine with our names on the back as well. So she was, it was great. Yeah, it was a really good day. So we played at Leighton Orient's ground, and you don't realise how big some of these football pitches are until you're actually down at ground level. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it was just something else. I actively encourage anyone who's heading towards that sort of weight loss to push their hardest to get to play in that game.
Did you win?
Yes, we won 3-2.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's all that matters, really, isn't it?
No, but it was good. Yeah, we got a little cup at the end and got like medals, and obviously got to keep the shirts, and it was good. It was a good day. Good. So I'm kind of glad I didn't play on the South team because they wear blue and white, and
yeah, no, you can't be that. You've got a bit of yellow in your shirt, so
yeah, exactly.
Feel far more comfortable with that.
Good stuff. So what's Norwich Man v Fat like then, mate? You me and Mark have experienced a few different Man v Fats. Because we're sort of in between quite a few where we live.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you have as well. What's it like there? The boys encouraging? Is it?
Yeah, it's I don't really know how to explain it. It's because I've recently gone back. I play in the Norwich West League, and I've recently gone back. I've moved to the Thetford League because that was closer to my home, and then I've gone back to the Norwich League, and it just feels like I'm back home again. You know what I mean? And like everyone knows you, how you doing? Good to see you. And yeah, it's just a really friendly bunch of blokes, really. And like, there's no nastiness. And if it does get a bit, that soon calms down. And it's just like heat at the moment. And it's just really relaxed and sort of friendly atmosphere, really. Yeah.
No, I get
Didn't realise how much I missed it. You know what I mean?
No, that's awesome, though, isn't it? And you got to play where you feel comfortable, I guess. And I think the observation I've probably made since I've moved, for the past 6 years, I've been in the Peterborough League, and I've just moved back to Cambridge, where I did start off originally.
Yeah.
And there's a few lads that were there from before, which was great. But I do think there's a lot more focus in the Cambridge League on the weight loss. And I'm not going to name names, but in the Peterborough League, there was groups of lads that were purely there just to play football and smash as many goals as they could. And really, the main reason we're here is for the weight loss, and certainly the support seemed a lot stronger on that side of things, and certainly from the conversations I've had. Certainly not going to slag off anyone in the Peterborough League. I did have a lot of fun, really good friends there. But it's very interesting. Open your eyes a bit when you join a different league to see, well, actually, they do things quite differently here. I think you probably found the same at Nears, didn't you?
Yeah, it was kind of like that. They were more into the football, and some of the guys you was looking at and you're thinking, you're not really here for the weight loss. You're here sort of on the smaller side, and it's almost like a easy game of football to make themselves look good against bigger guys. The Norwich League it's not like that. There's a lot more mixed sort of abilities, and even the sort of weaker players are encouraged. You don't get like all the groaning and like all the size and stuff that you might get elsewhere. Yeah, it's good.
You've always got to be careful about the slim-looking players at Man v Fat, because some of them actually have lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Because I know when I first started in the Peterborough League, there was a couple of players I looked at were, how the fuck have you made it into here? And then people said, no, you should have seen him sort of 18 months ago, 6 months ago even. He was a different person, you know. So it's, that's part of it, isn't it? And so you can't really judge a book by its cover. That said, there are a couple of shithouses in there that have never needed to lose weight, but somehow have, I don't know, turned up in a heavy coat or something.
Lied on the application.
Yeah, well, we had one guy in the Peterborough League. He'd come over from Nigeria, and he played in the Nigerian top flight, or whatever the Nigerian Premier League equivalent was. And like, he played his first game, and he just ran rings around people. And I'm like, how the fuck have you made it into this? Look at him, as skinny as anything. And he'd only been in the country like a week, I think. And he played on the Monday night, and then we put him straight into the 11-a-side team, and he scored in his debut there as well. Yeah, he didn't last long, but there's always the odd sort of ringer that finds their way through.
I have heard stories of a chap not in my Norwich league, but in the other league, who actually put on weight so he could join the league because he had a few mates playing. And it's like that kind of negates that whole purpose of being there. But yeah,
it's things like that which is why when a team wins the league with weight loss, it becomes so much more satisfying.
Yeah,
because Sinit's actually had he was a really nice guy actually, and I think he was in it for the right reasons. But they had an wouldn't say professional, but sort of semi-professional football, so lower leagues. But he was in his sort of late 30s. He'd retired obviously from football, and although he was just over the BMI when he did it, he was very clear that I just want to do this to keep fit. But bloody hell, playing against him was it was hard work. Yeah. But it just doesn't. It's not the be all and end all, is it? It definitely helps to win big on the pitch, but yeah. I think the best time I've had at Man v Fat, we were an awful team on field. We really were. We were. You remember Mark, the orange team that I'm talking about. We knew that we weren't very good on field. We very nearly won that season on weight loss, and I think it's such a shame that we didn't win that league because that would have been great, like a great Man v Fat story. But it wasn't quite meant to be. I think we're about 2 points away. But yeah, it's strange how they're different. I've been to 2 Man v Fats now, and they are both very different. I've not been to the Cambridge one, but that sounds really good. Sounds very much geared up for the weight loss. But yeah, with it then, mate, does it help? What sort of spurs you on more? Is it yourself personally? Like, are your family quite supportive? What's the real reason you wanted to grip your weight?
If you listen to this, he probably got a guy. Yeah, this is a horrible story, but I'm going to tell it anyway. We've got a lad up here that we call Big Fat Lee, and he'd hurt his knee, and he went off for an operation. But I was actually 20 kilos bigger than Lee, and it felt a bit wrong that everyone was calling him that, and so I decided that I was going to try and be lighter than him when he came back. So and I managed that. I succeeded that, and I just kept going down. But yeah, I'm sort of at the moment just trying to keep my weight down. Initially, it was the Amazing Losers game, and then after that, I felt a bit lost, and it's like I've done it now. Like what am I going to do now, sort of thing. So I'm turning 40 next year, and now I've got the running bug. I decided I want to run a marathon. So
brilliant.
I was looking around at all these marathons, and I thought I don't really want to run around London. Don't fancy Manchester or anywhere like that. So I've signed up for the Rome Marathon in Italy.
Wow.
So yeah, so I'll be running around somewhere nice, and the weather will be decent, and that's in March next year. So that's sort of my goal at the moment. That's what I'm.
And you're raising money for that, are you?
I've not sorted anything yet, but I probably will.
Yeah.
Because you only sort of do that sort of thing once. So.
Of course, yeah. Well, let us know, and we'll share it on our socials and that. But that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'll think of
you touched on something there, and we were chatting about it after our game at Man v Fat on Monday. And it is, once you've hit your goal, you do get a little loss, and there is an element of, now what? Where do I go from here? And
exactly.
I think, and it's something we're talking about, and maybe Man v Fat can do more from it. It's when you hit your weight loss goal, you hit the healthy BMI, how do you keep it on? Because I think anyone who's lost weight will tell you almost the losing of weight is quite easy. It's then once you hit that weight goal, how do you keep it off, keep at that level continuously? And I think the reality is to say, I don't know, let's say you get down to 14 stone and that's your goal. You're not going to stay 14 stone bang on the nose for the rest of your life. You're going to So you've got to understand what's a healthy window for you to go up or down in. Yeah. But ultimately, you've got to change your mindset, because you can't carry on at what you're doing because you're losing weight. You need to step it up a bit, but you don't want to step it up too far that you end up putting weight back on again. And so there is that point. Once you reach your goals, where do you go from there? And I think what you're saying, I think, is it setting another goal? Is that the way to sort of keep you accountable, would you say?
Yeah, that's the way I'm trying to do it. But if it works, I don't know. Like I say, I've got to lose that little bit so I can start losing again as such. But yeah, so I've sort of got in my head what sort of weight I'd like to sort of maintain, and what I actually, a lot of people I'm sure are sort of asking me what sort of weight I'll get down to and what my aim is. And I kind of said, once people start saying I look a bit ill, is when I'll stop. And then, yeah, try and put a couple of kilos back on, flesh out a bit, and then go from there.
Good idea.
Yeah, I'd like to say the motivation side, yeah, if anyone does figure out that answer, let me know, because I'll probably need it after March myself.
Tell you what, mate, my missus has done a lot of running and triathlons and stuff like that. And one of the running events that she really enjoys is the Cambridge Half as part of your sort of preparation. That's a decent one. And, you know, Cambridge is quite a nice city, not far from you as well. So, yeah, maybe one to take a look at.
Yeah, there's a few nice ones around, but it's with my work schedule. If I'm actually home or not is half the battle.
It's quite tough as well, because if you're stuck on a rig in the middle of bloody the RSC or wherever you are,
yeah,
it's probably quite hard to keep that marathon. If you're there, are you there for 2 weeks straight?
Yeah. 2 weeks straight, working 6:30 till 6:30. 12-hour days, and then possibly longer if there's delays with the helicopters and stuff like that.
Yeah, and but then there is a gym on there, I assume.
Yeah, there's a decent gym with like 3 treadmills in, a couple of bikes, and all that sort of stuff. So
yeah. At least you could keep your training going, I suppose.
Yeah, but being on a treadmill's as monotonous as you can get, isn't it? But yeah, that's quite often when I listen to you guys is when I'm on the treadmill, to be fair.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, fair play. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, no, good stuff. Oh, mate, well, good luck to you. Yeah. Great.
And so we'll probably start to round it up there then, Dan. But I guess we'll try and ask this to most of our losers. So if you were to talk to your 26 stone self, or imagine there's guys out there that are 26 stone and struggling, what bit of advice would you give them?
It's I always said you need to be in the right mindset to lose the weight. Like, you know, when you're that big that you need to lose the weight, but you need to be in the right frame of mind and have some sort of trigger that will set you to, like, that will kick your head in and think, right, I need to do it now.
Yeah.
And then once you when you're that sort of weight, it comes off so easy to start with, and you just need to persevere with it afterwards. Don't let any hiccups upset you. Just think it is just a hiccup and just carry on. Because my weight loss chart when I first started was up and down. There's like the odd sort of, but yeah, it's just, I will get back on it. I've done it before. I'll just carry on, sort of thing. So yeah, just once you've decided this is the time, just stick with it and you will get there.
Good advice, I think, that, mate. And and like we've said on the program, tracking things like that as well, keeping yourself accountable to yourself. It all sort of definitely helps, doesn't it? Yeah, brilliant, mate. And one of the things I like to ask is, what's your favourite meal? What's your sort of go-to healthy meal at the moment?
Healthy meal? At the moment, I'm eating quite a lot of rice and tuna when I'm at work. That's sort of instead of having an evening meal on the platform, I'm having that, and I've actually quite enjoy it. I bring out the odd hot sauce with me and mix that in, and yeah, as sad as it sounds, an Uncle Ben's microwavable pouch and a tin of tuna, and I'm quite happy. Yeah.
Nice.
But if you used to ask me about my favourite meal, I'd be saying good 4-piece KFC.
No, that can't be your favourite meal, surely.
Yeah, it is. That's still make sure I go out for a run if I'm going to have a KFC on a night time. Still treat myself.
Hang on. So if I said to you now, right, there's a nice, T-bone steak, some nice chips, all the trimmings, or KFC, you'd go KFC.
Yeah. Yeah, I know I'm not the best advocate, but yeah. As long as I've done something to deserve it.
If you've done your 5K beforehand, then it's allowed.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah, I like that.
It's good. Good way of going about it. Awesome. Well, Dan, thanks ever so much for coming on, mate. We really appreciate it, and congratulations with losing so much weight. And
thank you.
I love the fact that you've got the marathon coming up as well that you're now focused on. You've always got something.
Yeah.
Brilliant to meet you. Great to hear your story.
Yeah, good to chat this. Good to be on the show rather than listen to it.
Yeah, thank you. You're going to now hate the sound of your voice, so.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that already.
You get used to it. But yeah.
Nice one. Well, thanks for coming on. And if you've enjoyed, like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.